Okay.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Leadership Lens with Affle. And today we have with us Siddharth Shenoy, who is part of the Appnext leadership team and serving as the country manager for India at Appnext. Welcome, Siddharth. It's great to have you on the Leadership Lens.
Hi, Shiny. Thank you so much for the very kind introduction and good to meet you again.
Wonderful. Great to meet you at AdTech and again here. So Siddharth has spent 7 years at Appnext and he's played a big role in the growth and presence of Appnext in the India market. He's worked on a lot of key partnerships for business growth. I've heard, Siddharth, that you're very passionate about technology and you've done some great work for Appnext in building business success for them. So do you want to tell us a little bit about your journey with Appnext and what has the experience been like?
Sure, Shiny. I think the journey has been great. I joined Appnext about 7 years back, very early days, of app marketing in India. A great opportunity, been privileged to see, the market evolve from just a few apps to as many as 500 apps today that are there. And I think what we have seen over a period of time is the usage, the rise of mobile commerce in India, the rise of in-app advertising, the smartphone penetration in India in general. So I think all that has contributed, and obviously we had COVID in between, so that played a huge role where, people were on their devices all the time. The journey has been great from a small team to establishing Appnext as the market leader. Yeah, I think it's been a good journey so far.
Wonderful. Siddharth, we met at AdTech and I wanted to really discuss with you some of the key factors that we saw at AdTech. So, most important thing we saw and what everyone was speaking about was profitable growth and sustainable growth. And, not growth for growth's sake, which has been very good for business for us in the last couple of years. But there is this clear focus towards doing stuff that is practical. There is, clear focus towards numbers, towards ROI, towards, what do you say, responsibility towards your marketing budget. How is this kind of spanned out for you at Appnext and for Affle in general?
So I think you rightly mentioned that every advertiser that we work with today looks at efficiency rather than growth. And I think that's aligned with the objectives that Appnext has or that we keep for ourselves. And I think primarily it's been possible because, as a company, we build a lot of technology for OEMs. We build a lot of technology for in-app developers. And using this technology, we've been able to create a very unique context of the user, predict which app he's going to install next. And hence, we've been able to ensure that we could drive a lot of efficiency for our advertisers. But in general, I think that challenge has never been there for Appnext because we've been in the space for quite some time. We are a media buying platform. People look at us very differently. They look at the innovative tech solutions that we have to offer, the monetization solutions that we have to offer to our publishers. So while there is efficiency to be maintained, but I think advertisers have also started understanding that you need a good media buying platform like Appnext if they want to really grow, and meet their growth goals.
Correct. So, because of the time that you've spent with the company and because of the length that this company has existed, this alignment already exists and the platform is built for efficiency over a period of time, because at the end of the day, it's all about as much data as you have. That's the amount you can personalize. That's the amount of efficiencies that you can bring. What are some of the trends that you are seeing are affecting business, or some of the trends that are largely there in the market that you think will be important for, everyone to keep an eye on?
So I think, like I just mentioned some time back, one is we've seen that mobile commerce is increasing, right? I think that's one of the biggest trends. We've seen an increase in in-app advertising, which is another big trend that we've observed. Thirdly, we've also seen the adoption of AI and ML in ensuring that we target the right users. So there's a lot of that we are working on improving. And most important thing, I think there is obviously emphasis on transparency, right? In today's, which helps us build that trust with our customers. Today, if you see, Appnext is the only self-serve transparent media buying platform that is available, right? Which means that, some time back, people used to work on a lot of affiliations, but we understand today that clients have become very careful about working with a good platform like Appnext rather than working with affiliates where there is absolutely no fraud on the platform. It makes your life easier. So I think these are the trends that we have seen emerging over a period of time. And plus, we've seen that growth teams don't have a lot of bandwidth today, right? You have very few people managing the self-attributing networks, and then you have Appnext. So I think they want a good platform which can help them meet all their media buying needs. Yeah.
Wonderful. So a self-serve platform that is kind of giving someone a 360-degree view of the consumer, is able to buy efficiently and also gives transparency into the entire ecosystem. I think that's a wonderful mix that we have there. So that, tell me, while you said there is this bandwidth crunch in the growth teams, the media environment is getting increasingly fragmented. Like I was telling someone, every year at AdTech itself, we meet so many new players, we see so many new companies come into play. And I understand that as competition increases, this journey gets tougher. How do you ensure that Appnext kind of stands out for the consumer? You said there is a self-serve platform and there is a lot of transparency, but what are some of the other ways that you are looking at this?
See, I think one of the most important ways, if you really want to sustain in this business for a longer period of time and ensure that your consumers work with you, is keep enhancing the products that you have to offer, keep building on technology. Just to give you an example, Appnext built this timeline technology in the form of an app recommendation engine, which we got integrated into all OEMs globally, as well as several in-app publishers globally. And this includes some of the top news sites, some of the top OTT sites where we are doing app recommendations. And how is it benefiting the advertiser? Because we're able to target the right audience, right? So let's say today we know the timeline of the user, what time the user is performing a particular action, what time he needs a particular service, and based on that, so we are catching the user at the right time at the right place. And that's why I think we've been able to attain that success primarily because of the technology that we've built. Secondly, our focus has always been on enhancing our customer relationship, working on long-term partnerships rather than our short-term goals. And we also, I think, having data-driven solutions to drive results is the way forward. And hence, the Appnext platform actually offers those tools to the advertiser to manage his activity, to decide, where he wants to do his spends, how he wants to programmatically buy media, and that's how we've kept ourselves ahead in the game. Yeah.
Wonderful. So a timeline tech, some customer relationships, of course, customer journey, be it for you, for your clients, or be it for a B2C company. Most important, of course, data. I think the focus towards data is increasing for everyone, irrespective of the space that they are working in. And data becomes most important when you are doing programmatic buying, which is of course growing. So how is Appnext kind of being innovative in the programmatic space that you said there is a self-serve platform, particularly when it comes to your OEMs, when you're in-app SDKs and things like that?
Sure. So I think I know. Let me explain this with an example. Right, couple of years back, what used to happen is, we go to an app or we go to a website and we see a lot of intrusive advertising. And what it does is, one is it spoils the user experience, right? Because users are very apprehensive to click ads. And number two is the advertiser doesn't benefit from that because today people are like, I don't want to click on ads. So what Appnext did is we created these app recommendation icons, right? And what we did is we got these icons, we collaborated with OEMs, we collaborated with various in-app publishers, and we got these icons integrated. Now, what happens is these icons are very suggestive in nature. They are non-intrusive. So let's say today you go to the market, you buy a new device, and you onboard, let's say you open the device for the first time. Appnext is doing certain recommendations in the form of the onboarding experience. Then you have the ongoing recommendations when you access a -1 screen or you access the folders. I think the biggest advantage that we have is we are not showing ads. It's very suggestive in nature, and the user actually feels that the device is suggesting those services to the user. See, today, whenever you buy a new device in the market, there are certain services you need. Users don't want these ads. They want certain services. The services could be shopping services. The services could be food delivery. It could be OTT apps. It could be games. So what we are doing is we are telling the user, okay, you've bought a new device. And this helps the device manufacturer to establish a great relationship and engagement with their user, because eventually the users are engaging with the content. See, everybody needs content when they buy a new device. And in the form of suggestive app icons, we have created that innovation. And obviously, see, at the end, our main goal here is to effectively monetize each and every placement for the OEM or for the publisher. So what happens is, if you are not able to generate the right eCPM or you don't meet the floor, eventually your app won't get served. So the decision making is completely up to our ad server. There is no manual intervention here, and the user decides. And that's primarily because we are in a very good situation that today our app ecosystem in India is growing, and there is a lot of competitions to buy good media. And Appnext offers all that on the platform, where users can come, apps can come, get access to high premium inventory, and which will help them meet their goals at just a click of a button.
Sure. So it's a very, what do you say, merit-based environment for apps to be, placed or to be downloaded, or the ads to be shown, and it's all done seamlessly, contextually, and for the benefit of the user. I think that is the way to go. Native is the way to go, moving forward. And there is very little patience that people have with intrusive ads, like you said. So I think this is a wonderful way in which you're kind of integrating this seamlessly with the entire, mobile buying or a phone usage journey. So thank you so much, Siddharth. This was a wonderful conversation and lots of things to be learned from Appnext. So thank you once again, and we will stay in touch.
Thank you, Shiny. Thank you so much for your time, and you take care. Thank you.